Hola, my amigos. Soy Thingymajig. Mucho gusto.
Hola, my amigos.
Hey, that's me. Let me shut him up. Welcome to Thingamajig's racing channel. We're here with the Ultimate Racing League, the Tier 1 of 6. Well, they have League of Champions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is the penultimate round. This is round 9 of the Sunday evening championship that they run. It's coming to an end, ladies and gents. I don't even know what league I'll be doing next season. Oh, it's the sad times. So they use the Group 3 BMW, and it's been an absolutely cracking championship. Ultimate Racing League are sponsored by W Energy Drinks and Eldridge Air Conditioning. Get yourself a bit of both. Smash on the Dubby, get yourself all hot and worked up, and then get some Eldridge Air Conditioning smashed on and cool your boots. So around 9 of League 1, we are here in Spain. That's why I started with the Spanish talking, you see. We're at España, Catalunya National. We're going short. We're driving the short track here, and that is going to be rather interesting in these Group 3 cars, if I do say so myself. Right then, round 9. So we've had 8 rounds previous, and we have ourselves a little championship table built up, and I am just about to go through that with you. We're having 2 sprint races, by the way. The first one, they'll be using soft tyres for, I think I saw 22 laps, hopefully, if I'm correct. And then we'll have a second sprint race where they have to use the medium tyres and the hard tyres with a lap window between one lap and another lap. Usually, I'd say probably 6 to 14 or something. But we'll see. We like to be surprised when they do it. Why spend my time looking up the actual rules when I can just see it happen? The championship so far. The top 3 get promoted into the League of Champions. The bottom 3 get relegated for a season of domination in League 2 before they pop back up again. Maybe. At the top of our table, we have Brisbane on 288 points. 9 wins so far this season. An absolute dominant stance Brisbane has taken this championship. He has left no rock unturned. He has been immense. Victor is second on 196 points with 1 win. Unforgiven is third on 196 points with 1 win. And Nigel is fourth on 189 points with 1 win. Paul is fifth with 176 points, with the Love Rocket in sixth on 167 points. James Stephen is seventh on 156 points, and I think he's had 2 wins. Seamus Cash is 8th on 125 points, with 9th in Inky on 113 points. 10th Slowpoke also on 113 points, with Stealth in 11th on 110 points. Hodgie is 13th on 98 points. Declan is 13th on 96 points. Biggie is in the danger zone in 14th on 92 points. The Broadman 15th on 70 points, and Firepower 16th on 65 points. So that final relegation, I think Broadman and Firepower, it might be over for them. There is still 2 rounds to go, you never know. But Biggie and Declan and maybe Hodgie and Stealth all in that battle for the final relegation zone. They've got to watch them. And with Victor, Unforgiven and Nigel all fighting over that second and third. This championship has been lit from start to finish. Then running alongside this championship, we have a constructors or a team battle with 2 cars in each league representing a team, and all those points are added up for a small championship. Now, I made an error a few rounds ago, and said Lucky Strike had won the whole goddamn thing, but there has been a table that has appeared which contradicts my Lucky Strike were the winners. At the top at the moment is Napa on 1,806 points. Castrol in second on 1,462 points. AP Racing in third on 1,439 points. Valvoline fourth on 1,279 points. Lucky Strike fifth with 1,272 points. Sixth for Marlborough with 1,225 points. Falconer seventh with 1,160 points. And West are eighth with 1,134 points. If you really love all that, numbers and stats and tables, then you should follow the Ultimate Racing League on Facebook. They post it all on there. You get to see it all. Let me just mute so I can have a little cough. I'm back. They qualified here at Catalunya National, and we are now going to have a brief look at that grid. We're not going to hang around, man. I've noticed these intros take so long. I should really shorten it up a little bit, but I can't because I like to talk too much. Reet then. On pole, you imagined, you guessed, you know. You knows it. It's Brisbane. Pole again. The man is collecting them like them tokens at them amusements where you put money in and then they give you a token back. It doesn't make sense. Then you go and swap it for some bubblegum. In second place, we have Victor representing the West team in that taut battle. He's on equal points with Unforgiven. And he's got Nigel just up his rear derrière, putting on the pressure. Although, I think... say no more. In third spot, we have Inky. His qualifying game has been on point this season. He has absolutely destroyed the qualifiers, but unfortunately, with brake pedal problems, his race results have not gone that way. But always representing near the pointy end of the grid, we have Inky. Let's hope his machinery stays together this race, and he can also turn that into a podium result. Fourth place, Unforgiven in the battle for promotion, and he's going to be wanting to clamber by some people in front of him. James Stephen, fifth, with 2 wins already this season. You cannot count him out at this point, and he is eager to end this season on a high. If not promotion, then as good as put his gander down for next season to show he means busyness. Nigel is 6th, and that is not the position of someone duking out promotion wants to be. He's going to be hoping that there are some hot heads ahead of him, and he can scoop in and grab some big points. Still this round and the next, but the next one it's the green hell, and I just think that's just pot luck. In, where am I? 7th, Love Rocket. The Love Rocket Rods here in 7th place, representing the West team. Nice. In 8th, we have the Cashman, Seamus Cash, for the Napa team. The Napa team, remember, leading the constructors, and he is one of the main reasons for that. In 9th, Paul. We usually see him at the other end of the grid, but it doesn't look like Catalunya has gone all that well for him in qualifying, and let's hope his race gets stronger and stronger as it goes on. In 10th place, we have Slowpoke in the Lucky Strike team, and he's sitting in 10th spot. There's a bloody argument kicking off in the house, and I'm trying to talk and listen at the same time. It's all right, the door's closed. So, yeah, we're back to it. 10th place is Slowpoke. adding to Lucky Strike's pot. In 11th, Hodgie, who might be finding himself getting sucked into a relegation battle if he is not careful. He wants a good result here. Solid points. Then in 12th, also possibly, he seems a little high. Hey man, he seems a little high for that relegation battle, but with drop scores, you cannot count out anything. So Stealth and Biggie is rounding out the lot. So no Firepower and no Broadman. So I reckon those two have made their destiny clear that they will be going down to dominate in League 2 next season. Maybe anything can still happen. I am just surmising. So that is the grid. I hope you're as hyped as I am before this race begins. Have I not got all the gubbins up? Look at me. I have. I'll tell you why. Because some of the liveries, well, no, James Stevens' livery didn't load in. And I had to delete, close it all. Just that's how far I go for you people. If there's not a livery right, I shut it down and open it a dozen times until I get my goddamn liveries. Right then, let's go. That seemed longer than usual. I'm so sorry. As I said, I was trying to shorten it up. So Brisbane leads them away here at Catalunya National, and it is 22 laps, and he's away. How are these BMWs going to deal with those soft tyres? Are they going to chew through them? Victor getting a lovely toe down to the first corner. Can he have a look at the mighty Brisbane? Not now, but action here with Unforgiven going for an outside move on Inky, and Inky says no. He slams that door shut, and Unforgiven now has to defend from both James and Stephen as they go on the attack. He's up alongside, he's going around the outside with a bold move on cold tyres, and it's James Stephen. Looks like he's got the move done on Unforgiven, and Unforgiven is seeing another season in League One ahead of him at this point, as Victor runs away with it, and Inky there as well. Unforgiven down into the Niggle territory, and he has to watch out because Niggle is hungry. Niggle needs feeding. He likes the podiums. Meanwhile, Victor's still chasing Brisbane up in the lead, and they've nearly done a lap already, ladies and gents. It does not take much here, and Brisbane leads Victor. Inky third, James Stephen up to fourth with Unforgiven in fifth. Niggle now dropping back a bit from Unforgiven, then the Love Rocket in seventh, and Paul looks like he's about to set upon the Love Rocket. He's going to ride that Love Rocket, baby. He has a look, he has a think. He goes out wide to get a good swing through the corner and hopefully onto the accelerator earlier than Rocket, but no, I think he had a bit of wheel slip there, and Love Rocket widens the space between the pair of them. Meanwhile, we've got two APL, we've got all sorts of action down here. I apologise, Biggie from last is up and into 10th place, ahead of the Hodgemeister and the Stealth Man in 12th, as Cash Man in 13th. That did not go well. Where did Cash start? Wow, 8th. Not a great start for the Cash Man. Someone's off the pitch. Someone is off of the pitch. It is Unforgiven. My gosh. My good golly gosh. That is not what he needs right now. He's on the attack. He's got his gander up. He wants a piece of Stephen. And no, just on the accelerator. A little excitable there. A heavy right foot there. And the man is facing barrier and making some questionable decisions about his life right now and what cat he's going to kick. Brisbane still leads ahead of Victor and Inky in third. James Stephen is looking feisty. He is looking feisty, ladies and gents, for the Castrol team. And James Stephen looks like he's got more pace than his qualifying shows. Niggle now up and into fifth with the Love Rocket still under pressure from Paul. And Paul now, he's having a little look. He's having a check it. But he can't commit to that corner. With the Love Rocket, he's going to have to find another piece of retail space to get by. Slowpoke holding his own, kicking up the dust there from Niggle, but everything seems to be together so far. The Love Rocket seems to have the pace on Paul. Paul, though, is qualifying not showing what his pace is usually. He is a top five at the best of times. So, no doubt, I think Paul is going to be putting some pressure on Love Rocket before the end of this race. I think he's going to find a bit more pace as the race goes along, like James Stephen here, closing in on Inky, I believe. Oh no, Victor has picked up a penalty. Signore Victor having to go over to spend it, and Inky now getting a lovely run up the straight. And it's going to be hard for Victor to keep a hold of that position. Side by side, going into the first corner. Victor's got the inside line. But there comes Inky. Inky now has the inside line, and this is going to be done and dusted. No, Victor's just got a nose ahead. And Victor, by the skin of his teeth, clung on to that, but Inky's got him now. Inky has got him around the outside. James Stevens getting very leery on the curbs, and Nigel picks that fourth place up quite nicely and says thank you. And James Stevens getting very excitable on the curbs, and oh no, Inky did get the position, but he had an off. So we're seeing it, the battle just here. He's gone onto the brakes, and he's just asked a little too much too late. And Victor also getting very, very, very spasmy in that corner, and only just getting... No, Inky's back again. I apologise. Inky's back. And Nigel fancies it as well. Nigel sent one right up the inside of Victor there. I thought he was Inky, but it wasn't. Cheeky little Nigel. Got a move gone. And James Stephen is up his chuff as well, and Victor in a very uncomfortable position right now. Whoa, and the back end of the BMW is swinging out, sister, and James Stephen is enjoying that view. The Love Rocket in sixth. He shook Paul off, not quite, but Paul is there's a bit more space now between the two of them. They've gapped out. There's a bit of gaping behind the Love Rocket. Inky now up into second spot, and he'll be saying, well, no, it was Victor. My good golly gosh, I tell you, the Catalunya is a hard woman to please. And Victor there onto the curves, got a wiggle on, got it up together again, and then this one, he got it through, but not quite. It just slipped away. Looked like he got it for a second there, but I think he just was not able to lift that one. He was never gonna. He was foot to the floor all the way, and let's hope. Hey, and his mate Unforgiven there in the promotion battle whips on by and says, do you know what, that has worked out nicely. That's worked out an absolute, although no, it's worked out nicely for someone, but not for either of those two. No, Nigel in third spot. Inky not in the promotion battle. The points won't matter of Inky getting them, but Nigel getting them is a big, big deal. And James Stephen, remember, only fifth in the championship, in the championship. So I don't think he's not in the promotion fight. Love Rocket now up into fifth, Paul in sixth, Slowpoke in seventh, Biggie up into eighth from the back. Remember, ladies and gents, from the back. So what is he? He ain't messing. That's what he ain't doing. So Biggie up and into eighth spot. Hodgie in ninth, ahead of Stealth, who's ahead of Cashman, and Unforgiven catching up with his teammate. And I am sure his teammate will not cause him any trouble whatsoever, as Victor licks off his wounds and heads on back into this race. Brisbane, meanwhile, doing what Brisbane's do. And they do not stutter. They do not flinch. And Brisbane at the moment manhandling the BMW around the Spanish track. Inky in second, and it's looking like he's getting the gap from the Nigel. Who knows though? 11.0 last time for Inky. This time a 10.9. Nigel gets 11.2. Yes, so Inky going the right direction, and James Stephen fancies a podium. Oh, and it looks like Paul's finally going to get the move on the Love Rocket, but the Love Rocket's got the inside covered, and the Love Rocket prevails, ladies and gentlemen, and Paul has to sit and look at that rear derriere for just a little bit longer. Ooh, was there a little love nudge there? So Paul staring at the Love Rocket. He's going for another move into the hairpin. Oh, and Love Rocket says, "Thou shall not pass here, my friend." That door slammed shut. Good night. And Paul again frustrated, staring at the back of the West BMW. James Stephen on Niggle on Inky. Inky's dropped back a little bit to Niggle, and Niggle, this is working out lovely with his closest contenders sitting right at the back of the pack. It puts him in a primo position. And I imagine he would love to get past the Ink Meister, but Inks is smashing him in the 10s, and Niggle unable to get out of the 11s, as is James Stephen. Love Rocket, and oh, hang on, I pulled away there. Paul's gone a little wide. I think he went for a move. He thought, sod it, I am throwing this BMW into that gap. It got caught out a little. Let's swing out and stay out the way. No. Biggie, though, is catching Slowpoke, being Hodgie on fire. Hodgie is alive, ladies and gents. He is burning through the atmosphere. And Vodka Rob in the chat saying, "Good evening, sir. How are you doing?" I am good, man. I am good. League One is very exciting. It's always a pleasure. And Hodgie at the moment showing why the dogfights in League One are ones of legendary tale. So Hodgie then on the move, trying to get unbuckle Biggie. But Biggie ain't messing, so we can't get too nervous. Oh, Biggie made up some time through that last chicane. Then we have Stealth. He's got a penalty. And oh, I said he'd make it easy for his teammate, but it looked like his teammate had to fight him there. I'm going to go back, you know, because that looked juicy. So the Cashman, no, I don't think there was anything in it at all, actually. No, it looked meatier when you cut through halfway through the overtake. But yeah, Unforgiven now ahead of Cashman as Stealth pays his penalty, and he's paying very hard. He's paying with two positions, it seems. Not quite. Stealth there is one position and one possible position. Yes, there you go. Unbelievable there for all, but Cashman went out wide. Cashman lost it all. He went all in, and he lost out. Stealth still ahead of Victor, and Cashman now is holding up the back line. Brisbane is leading this race. He's got the fastest lap. What more do you want from the man? League of Champions, shake. It is time for you to fear the Brisbane. Let them know, those of you that know of the League of Champions, let them know Brisbane is coming. Inky then in second spot, Niggle third, James Stephen on the attack. And if you're a wise man, get your money on James Stephen for next season. I think we are staring at a championship contender. So that's where the smart money is, I reckon. Love Rocket Rods has shook off the Paul. Oh, Paul is absolutely having a fight with the BMW at the moment. He and the BMW not getting on in the best of ways. He is slinging her like she means nothing to him. Slowpoke seems to be closing in on those bad boys. Vodka Rob in the chat saying, "I enjoyed this race more than I thought I would, actually." Oh yeah, I've never raced on the Cataluna National. It kicks up an interesting race, although don't like the penalties. I couldn't. I mean, we race in VR, so track limits, I don't know where it was I was picking them up, but I was picking up penalty after penalty, and I was like, where? But it's all right. That is the same rule for everyone, and I obviously was going somewhere I shouldn't have been going. I just couldn't work it out. And I got a pit. No, I can't let spoilers go. I shouldn't say spoilers. There's going to be coverage. Rufus is going to be covering League 3 and League 5. Like, League 5 joined us. There you go. So there's a bit of a spoiler, but it was fun. Brisbane's knocked it into the 109s now. Inky in second, Niggle in third, James Stephen fourth, but Love Rocket 110.6 last time out from the West driver, top West driver in this race at the moment, has absolutely nailed the lap. And James Stephen, he's going to have to get a shifty on. He's got to watch his hiney. We are halfway through this race with plenty of racing still to come. Paul in sixth, Slowpoke in seventh, slowly chipping away at that small lead that Paul has on him. And I think he is going to be in the grind at the end of this race. Hodgie has absolutely got to spark up his Jaxie, and he is shifting it. He's got himself past Biggie. I apologise, I missed it. But Hodgie moving on up and ahead of Biggie. Unforgiven setting chase as Victor sets chase for Unforgiven. These guys in a tight battle for promotion. And with Niggle up in the top three, that battle for promotion has just got harder. The Cashman not last anymore. Stealth, he had to pay that penalty, and it looks like he has just kept on dropping since. Inky then getting his fastest lap. The tyres must be in the premium heat cycle at the moment, as they all seem to be reeling off their fastest laps as the fuel drops off as well. James Stephen having to watch out for Love Rocket. Oh, Love Rocket dropped back into the 11s there. That's given Paul an opportunity. Paul absolutely fighting with the BMW there. Slowpoke 11.8 for him last time out, and Hodgie 11.2. He is absolutely burning up this track, and Slowpoke better watch out, because Hodgie is on it. Biggie chasing him down with his fastest lap so far in the race. Yes, 11.3. Unforgiven under threat from Victor. They've taken that promotional battle to the back of the pack, and Unforgiven is going to have to make that Napa BMW as wide as he possibly can, because Victor means serious business with a Z. The Cashman in 12th ahead of Stealth. I think that's the corner I kept getting the penalties on. Yeah, like that. I just saw Stealth do it and thought, oh, I bet that's where I was doing it. There you go. Sneaky corner. You can't really see the apex that well. Brisbane leading. Inky, where's the battle? Where's the battle? I saw a battle earlier. Oh, Love Rocky just made a big mistake into the chicane, and Paul is on his hiney. He's up his sidey. He's in front of him. And Paul then clinical in that overtake, took no time whatsoever, made a decision on a dime and jumped him. No, Love Rocket come back. The Love Rocket somehow got back against Paul, and down the straight as well. Must have been a great tow. Slowpoke, though, he'll be liking that. Mistakes abound up here with Love Rocket and Paul. Both, oh, Love Rocket down in the 12s now. And that's good for James Stephen as he makes his escape. He can still see that podium battle ahead of him, and he'll be hoping Niggle and Inky dice up some interesting stuff with each other. But meanwhile, Love Rocket and Paul absolutely bashing it out. And I tell you what, Hodgie ever getting close. Oh, what's going on here? Biggie is being mugged off. Unforgiven and Victor both getting past Biggie there, and Biggie's doing his fastest time so far in the race. Must be feeling absolutely crestfallen. But Unforgiven, Victor, and the big Meister there. 10.9 from Biggie last time out, but Unforgiven 10.3s, absolutely in another zone. 10.8, Victor 11.3. Biggie dropping into the 13s, but I think that was the racing that caused that. Cashman in 12th, trying to stay ahead of Stealth, who has dropped back quite a bit now, unfortunately. Brisbane, well, we saw him pick up that 1 second penalty, didn't we? That will do it. Brisbane, a lovely, healthy lead from the rest of the pack. He's already racing in the League of Champions. Vodka Rob in the chat saying some of the other liveries would look mint with the white switched out for the ulterior future McLaren colour, like I did on my Marlboro one. Yeah, check out Vodka Rob's like a metallic silver and red Marlboro colours in League 3. Rufus does the comms on them, does a mighty fine job. And yeah, you'll see Vodka Rob's livery. It's hot schnizzle. James Stephen in 4th, Love Rocket in 5th, Paul in 6th. Paul really has dogged Love Rocket the whole race so far, but the Love Rocket has not conceded to the pressure. He has driven on. Slowpoke, he was closing in on those guys, but it looks like he's not now. He was closing in on them, wasn't he? They must have done, they haven't done, oh, he did a 12, I don't know. It looks like Love Rocket's dropped off that one. I thought he was closing in on him. But I tell you who's closing in on who. Hodgie closing in on Slowpoke, and he's going to have to get that move done quite quickly because Unforgiven and Victor are on their way. Victor going for a move on Unforgiven, wise to it and still ahead, but he compromises his line through there, I'd say. Victor right on his chuff as they come out the corner, and I think Victor is going to fancy it. Unforgiven though, defending like a lion, as Victor undecided on what side yet to overtake Unforgiven. And it looks like Hodgie lining up Slowpoke here, and Slowpoke though doing a mighty fine job. I think I've seen on Facebook this week he's done the comms for League of Champions and for League 4, and he's already done them, dusted. No messing. So he may be called Slowpoke. He's in 7th, so he's obviously not slow in League 1. But man alive, he's swift getting those replays out. Ooh, yellow flag. No, James Stephen, what are you doing? We are lap 17 of 22, and James Stephen in a comfortable 4th position at the moment. Ooh, I'm not going to blame James for that. I'm blaming the curb. The curb just moved in his way. So James Stephen losing a handful of positions, which he could do without. Oh, and then he gets a bloody track reset when he was about an inch away from the track. How cruel. How cruel. There is one deviant coder at Polybaloney, and he just absolutely dicked James Stephen. So I hope he can sleep well tonight. Unforgiven in 9th with Victor in 10th. But I tell thee what, James Stephen's misfortune is our triumph, because now this fight has gone a 3-way, which is always better. Hodgie looking at Inky, not Inky, Slowpoke, he's lost the back end, oh my lord, he went for the move, meanwhile, everything's kicked off behind us because James Stevens dropped behind Unforgiven, and again, that back end of Hodgie not wanting to sit straight, and Unforgiven up and into 7th, James Stephen has got past Hodgie now in 8th, and Hodgie has to settle the back end of the Beamer to get it back in action, as Victor then in 10th wants to get that position as well, and Hodgie's just got to keep his head. Oh, Unforgiven's gone off. This is getting sensational right now. So as Unforgiven chases down Slowpoke, late on the brakes, out wide, no big drama, just a little late braking, but Victor's then lost it. Oh my gosh, what is happening here? There's more twists in this race than a M. Night Shyamalan film. So Brisbane then leads with Inky in second, Niggle in third. Everything's cool up here, no dramas. Excuse me. Oh, Paul's got past Love Rocket, which isn't a bad thing. I don't mean, oh, he's got past Love Rocket. Oh, we missed it because we've seen so much racing from these pair. And I'm not going to go hunting for the overtake. Come on, we've had a lot of replays. A lot of replays already. You've had your replay quota, I'm afraid. So I like to keep the race flowing. When you bounce around, it starts cutting the race up and you start forgetting whereabouts you are. 19 laps of 22 done. Paul has made the move. He has committed. He has got by the Love Rocket. And now the Love Rocket sets chase. Slowpoke in 7th. James Steve, oh yeah, we saw Unforgiven going off. And Victor, a double offage. Hodgie still keeping pace with James Stephen. James Stephen absolutely annihilating that front left tyre. And can he keep that going for the next 3 odd laps? Hodgie, his tyres are in a lot better place than James Stephen, as you see his BMW twitch through the chicane. And Unforgiven is absolutely slapping at the moment with Biggie in 10th, the Cashman in 11th, but he's picked up a half a second penalty. And Victor is having to do the comeback not once but twice in this race. Adam in the chat saying one coder at Pollock Baloney. Bloody hilarious. Oh, cheers, man. It's true, that's why it's funny. If I was a coder at one of these companies, I'd do some vindictive snizzle. I'd put some code in there that really makes someone hate me for a day. So Brisbane leads this race with Inky just ahead of Niggle. Niggle has been relentless in this pursuit of that second place, but Inky has not done a single thing wrong, hasn't put a wheel wrong in the race, and has been more than a measure for Niggle to chase. Paul up into 4th. He has grafted, ladies and gents. He has grafted for that position. And Love Rocket down into 5th place. Slowpoke is 6th with James Stephen in 7th. Hodgie in 8th. And there's a whole group of them. They've all come to race in the final laps. James Stephen is past the Slowpoke. So James Stephen up and into 6th place now, ahead of Slowpoke. Hodgie in 8th. Hodgie's going for a move. Hodgie's going for a move on the brakes on Slowpoke. And Slowpoke just having a rough lap as Hodgie gets through as well. James Stephen in 6th, Hodgie in 7th, and here comes Unforgiven on Slowpoke. Slowpoke a sandwich in that BMW, and Unforgiven gets a twofer in that corner, absolutely annihilates and gets by the pair of them. Hodgie now in 8th, Slowpoke in 9th. Biggie isn't messing, he's in 10th, the Cashman in 11th. Victor, this does not bode well for the promotion. And in 13th, Brisbane then on his final lap. Inky in 2nd, Niggle in 3rd. Where is that battle? It's here, you see, but it looks okay at the moment. Slowpoke closing in on Hodgie. Sorry for the bouncing. So Brisbane, what an absolute race. Pole, fastest lap, and absolutely nailing every single lap after that as he brings it around for win number 10. Win number 10, ladies and gents. I think of about 14 or so. Yeah, 14 races. And that's win 10. Inky, a great run there for 2nd place. And his championship coming alive at the end of the season. Cracking stuff. Nigel rounds out that podium. Another podium for Nigel. Paul, 4th place, best of the rest, and he's worked for it. The Love Rocket in 5th. James Stephen managing to keep hold of this 6th place, even though all of the relentless forces behind him have tried to take it from him. And it's James Stephen in 6th. Unforgiven comes home in 7th. Hodgie in 8th. Slowpoke in 9th. Biggie in 10th. Victor does get the Cashman at the end there in 11th. And Cashman in 12th with Stealth. Stealth might be looking at a relegation battle at the final round. What an absolute banger of a race. Shall we go and do that again? Shall we watch it? Another one, just like it. So Brisbane, another win. Another step closer to the League of Champions. Oops. Oh, no. Oh, come on, Arrow. Shall I just use the little joysticks? Little thumbsticks? Rather than the directional button? Ow. Race 2. Oh, it looks like it's going to be dark. I don't remember. I only raced it Sunday. I don't remember. So I think it was like not dark. It was just sort of like twilighty.
Thank you for the entertaining commentary once again.
And right, we've got to load this up before that bloody everyone reads the spoiler. Got to pause it because I'm too old now to be able to flick through all these options. I don't want that option. I don't want that option. I want that one. That's what happens when you rush things. That's what she said. So I'll get rid of that as well so we can see the tyres they're starting on. Quick look in the chat. Adam in the chat saying, so much late race action. Your coverage is awesome. Thank you for the entertaining commentary once again. Oh, bless your little heart, man. You are my favourite. So, Slowpoke leads them away in race 2. Where is he? He's there. Slowpoke then on pole with Biggie in 2nd. Victor starting 3rd, and you've got to have your money on Victor then to get it to the end. Oh, I didn't look at their tyres. Sorry. Mediums for Slowpoke. Hards for Biggie. Biggie ain't messing. He's starting on the hards. Victor starting on the mediums with the Cashman. Starting on the mediums in 4th. Stealth starting on the hards in 5th. Hodgie starting on the mediums in 6th. Unforgiven starting on the mediums in 7th. James Stephen starting on the mediums in 8th. The Love Rocket is he's gone hard, ladies and gents. Prepare yourselves, because when the Love Rocket goes hard, it's painful. 9th for Love Rocket on his hards. 10th, Paul, he's on the mediums. Nigel 11th on hards. Inky 12th on hards. And Brisbane starting at the back on the mediums. Without further ado, let's crack on. No, I'm going to have a sip of my hot brew, sorry. Oh yeah, wet that whistle. So here goes Slowpoke, and he had a pace in that first race, ladies and gents. On the medium tyres, he might be able to hold this for a while. With Biggie under threat already from Victor. Victor on the mediums, remember, Biggie on the hards. And, a tap there from Victor. I don't think he was just not meaning anything. And Victor having to wait. Oh, this is disastrous for Victor. And Biggie then gets back on track. And I just think that was just a difference of opinion of braking. And it just resulted in a bit of a disaster. Cashman then goes up into 2nd with Hodgie in 3rd. Then we have James Stephen in 4th. Love Rocket in 5th. The top hard runner so far in 5th place. That's good stuff. Stealth as well on those hards in 6th. Inky on the hards in 7th. Paul on the mediums trying to make his way through, but there's a lot of BMWs in his way. Brisbane already up to 9th from last. He looks like he's having a look at Paul as they filter through, but he's not. He's hanging back for another corner. And then we've got Nigel in 10th on the hards. Unforgiven 11th on the mediums. Victor on the mediums, a little bit back from the pack. as is Biggie, as they fell over each other. Slowpoke leads. Cashman is in second with James Stephen on the move there against the Hodgemeister, and James Stephen battling his way up and into third spot. All movement down here as well. Brisbane has got past Paul. Paul sticking to the back of Brisbane, hoping to follow him through the pack, I imagine, as Brisbane just slices through these BMWs like they are not there. It's like he's racing in another dimension, ladies and gents. Inky then in sixth. Oh, I heard some wheel squeal. Wheel squeal! Niggle in the hunt as Victor trying to come back, and Unforgiven has dropped down. And Stealth, oh my words. Biggie as a penalty. Oh, we'll have a look. We'll have a look, see what happened. Oh, dearie me. Oh, dearie me. What happened here? Oh, I think there was a punt. Oh, we got to go back again and look at Niggle. Oh, look at them. Three-way battle coming through the corner. Niggle ahead of Unforgiven. And I think he just got on the brakes and Unforgiven didn't. Oh, and then there was something between Stealth and Unforgiven. And Victor says this promotion battle is absolutely lit, because it's all over the place. We've got so many twists and turns in this race. Biggie's picked up a half a second penalty in amongst all of that shenanigans. Niggle up and into ninth place, chasing down Paul, who is behind Brisbane, hoping to follow him through the pack. Inky, who we saw had pace in that first race, is holding on to sixth spot. Love Rocket, the top hard runner, is in fifth, doing an absolute fabulous job. Hodgie in fourth. James Stephen in a podium position at the moment, chasing down the Cash Man as Slowpoke holds his own up and in the lead. Vodka Rob in the chat saying, was that teammates in that incident as well? No, I think it was AP Racing and I don't know. I don't want to sign later. Oh no! Slowpoke's gone off wide. Slowpoke's gone off wide, and the Cashman is not there to receive. So Slowpoke gets a freebie as the Cashman not close enough. But James Stephen wants to be. He wants to get by. And Slowpoke then, oh, it's falling a bit, it's unravelling. This is what happens sometimes. You make one small mistake, you try and overcompensate. And James Stephen all over the back of Cashman at the moment. Yeah, you overcompensate and then more mistakes come that way. Hodgie in fourth. Look at Hodgie go, ladies and gents. He is fighting for a lead position at the moment. Brisbane up and into fifth. He's got himself past Inky. Love Rocket. Where did Paul go? Paul's in amongst this little rabble down here with Niggle and the Love Rocket. Wow. Brisbane's been busy. Love Rocket in seventh. Niggle in eighth. Paul right up there, chuffs, and he has surely enough of seeing the back of Love Rocket. Oh no, what's this? Inky. No, Inky wasn't. He's not Slowpoke. It's not the man I think he is, but he looks like he's struggling with something as Niggle and Paul both go by and waved as they went by. Oh, there's all sorts of things happening here. My good golly gosh, I can't follow this. We should be looking somewhere else, because this is it's hard. That's what she said. Love Rocket in sixth, Inky in seventh. These are absolutely all dicing within millimeters of each other. Victor catching them up along with Niggle. Unforgiven a little further back. It was not Biggie, I'm sure it was Stealth that Unforgiven fell over. Or fell over him. Oh, look at the battling down here as Victor has picked up a little penalty there against Niggle in eighth. Inky in eighth, Paul seventh. Love Rocket is sixth. And Cashman up there with Hodgie. No, Hodgie's got power. No, Brisbane's up to third already. Good golly gosh. I mean, he will not be pleased with me. I'm not watching all his overtakes. But Brisbane, come on. You breeze past them like they're not there. James Stephen, though, up into second place, heading on the way of Slowpoke. Brisbane in third, Hodgie down into fourth with the Cashman in fifth, but the Cashman has his eye on Hodgie. Love Rocket, the top hard runner, with Paul right up his Jaxie in seventh. Inky in eighth with those hard tyres. It's lap 5. I think it's going to be lap 6 is going to be the pit window opening, but we will see. Victor in 10th, carrying a small penalty, which Unforgiven will be very pleased about, as these two, I mean, I say these two are in a promotional battle because I thought Paul was out of it, but at this point, I mean, they're both running very far back, and they did in the first race. James Stevens taking the lead, ladies and gents. We will have a look at that because it is the lead. So James Stevens lines him up in the toe, and then pulls the trigger, licks the stamp, whatever you want to say. He makes the move. He had a can-do attitude, and he proved it. So, ooh, the car nearly was mean to him then, but he got it under control. And now James Stevens leads this race ahead of Slowpoke, with Brisbane heading in that same direction. He's got the fastest lap so far in this race. He's having a look one side, he's having a look the other. He's coming down into the braking zone. He's showing his balls, and they are so much bigger than Slowpoke's. And he gets through the corner like a breeze. Like I said, Brisbane. James Stevens then under threat, the next on Brisbane's list. Then Slowpoke in third, Hodgie in fourth, the Cashman in fifth, Paul is sixth, Love Rocket in seventh. So Paul, I think, has got past a Love Rocket there. Inky has got a penalty, and he's got 3 cars behind him that are easily going to get by when he pays that penalty. That is a kick in the nuts. So Niggle in 9th, Victor in 10th, and Unforgiven all ready to receive the penalty that Inky is just about to pay. Although, oh no, Inky's got one, but he doesn't have to pay it this lap. He's going to have to pay it the next lap. And it's only Niggle, I think, that's got past. No, Inky there. No, he only lost to 1 position. I do apologise. So Inky up against Victor, but Victor's on the inside. That puts Inky on the inside now. And Inky, absolute legendary driving there against Victor. And that's put Victor into a little hot water there, because now Unforgiven is having a very, very strong go at him. And Unforgiven has got the move done already. I wasn't expecting that. So Unforgiven up ahead of Victor, side by side through the S's, but, you know, Unforgiven's got it. Inky is having a look at Niggle, who has now picked up a half a second penalty, which Inky had the last time round. Love Rocket in 7th. He's losing touch with Paul, but Love Rocket on those hard tyres. We're on lap 7 and no one's pitted yet. Oh, look at the lead here. James Stevens still leads ahead of Brisbane. Brisbane not able to get by just yet. Slowpoke in 3rd, Hodgie in 4th, and the Cashman in 5th. These 3 are all battling out for that podium position. Unbelievable stuff here at Catalunya National. Brisbane, they're not ready yet. He's not quite primed James Stevens up enough to get by. So James Stevens survives another corner. Slowpoke under pressure from Hodgie and the Cash Man, all thereabouts. I'm really conscious I've missed most of Brisbane's overtaking in this, and I don't, you know, I want to see at least 2 or 3 of them. The last 2 or 3, the important 2 or 3. But Brisbane at the moment not quite going for the decisive move on James Stevens, and James Stevens holding his own, ladies and gentlemen. We have seen this before from him this season. He does pull out these surprises once in a while. Don't worry, that's just my wife's cooking. Just joking. So James Stevens then leads with Brisbane in 2nd, Slowpoke in 3rd, Hodgie in 4th, the Cashman in 5th, Paul in 6th, with Victor in 7th and Unforgiven in 8th. Biggie in 9th, and now we're getting the pit stops. Here we go. Love Rocket in 10th, Inky in 11th, Niggle in 12th, and Stealth in 13th. Love Rocket out onto those medians, and I'm pretty sure they're going to last till the end of the race, isn't they? What is that? 12, 13 laps? Easy. So Love Rocket, Inky's out, Niggle's out, and Stealth not quite, still being a little serviced. James Stephen then leads against Brisbane. Brisbane still not able to get the move done, and James Stephen becoming a slight thorn in the side of Brisbane's plan as they come across. Who's that? Stealth then slowing down for the blue flags and letting James Stephen through, and Brisbane, unbelievable racing up ahead here. And James Stephen under immense pressure, cannot make a slight mistake, cannot give Brisbane the invitation he is looking for to come by. And James Stephen at the moment doing an absolute super job against the mighty Brisbane. We'll go on board with the Alien as he chases down the Castrol driver, closes in under braking there through the chicane. James Stephen now watching his braking, staying off the curbs. Brisbane not scared of the curbs whatsoever as they come around the final corner, foot to the floor, building up the speed. Brisbane's got a lovely toe from James Stephen at the moment. James Stephen coming across to try and break the toe, and Brisbane having a look at that space, a little defensive. Oh, and I think a little too defensive from James Stephen there. Was it a little nudge? So yeah, it looks like James Stephen came across the track to try and go a bit defensive. Right in the middle of the track, nothing wrong with that, beautiful, but I think the braking just caught him out. The back end, it wasn't a hit, well, it was a nudge, but only because James Stephen's back end stepped out on him, and Brisbane now in the lead. And James Stephen in second, the Cashman in third, ahead of Hodgie in fourth, Slowpoke in fifth. Paul is sixth, right upon Slowpoke. Slowpoke having to watch his six at the moment because Paul is eager as a beaver to get his fifth place from Slowpoke. Under braking, and Paul absolutely nails that one and gets through and up and into fifth and chases down Hodgie next with Slowpoke in sixth. Victor up and into seventh now. He's got the fastest lap so far of the race, and Victor has really got into the swing of Catalunya. Unforgiven chasing him down. These two are never too far apart. And what are those final tables going to look like? Which of these two, or Niggle 3, are going to be racing in the League of Champions next season? Victor then having a look at Slowpoke, but the move not on just yet. Possibly still though. Slowpoke looked like he took a longer line around that corner, but he is still holding onto that seventh ahead of Victor, who has got the bit between his teeth now and is trying to hunt himself down some medium runners. I think everyone ahead of him is down to their pit stops, so and he's going to be having to go in and put the hards on also, as well as Unforgiven down in 8th place. Inky has freshly put those medium tyres on the Love Rocket, so Inky ahead of Love Rocket, Niggle in 11th, and these guys are going to be hoping, Biggie's a little further back. It's not a great race for the AP team today, but yeah, the original hard runner Hodgie has gone in on lap 12, so I'm not sure when the pit window is closing, but Hodgie has gone in a lap or two early possibly to change onto the hard tyres. Brave move. Here comes Inky then. It's not quite there at the pit entry yet. And Hodgie might get out ahead of these guys. He's only just pulled up to his pit box as Inky comes around the final corner. And obviously Hodgie going on to those harder tyres. It's going to be a struggle for him to catch these guys up. As no, Hodgie's out again. Hodgie is out. And Inky didn't manage to catch him up. Fantastic stuff there from Hodgie. It's going to be a tough race for him, though, on those hard tyres ahead of the medium running. Went the wrong way. Medium running fresh pit stop boys. At the moment, Hodgie doing a super job in 8th place. Slowpoke into the pits. I honestly don't know when they're all meant to be pitted. They just seem to be popping in whenever they fancy it. Brisbane then leads, still on the medium tyres. James Stephen in 2nd, the Cashman in 3rd. Paul is up and into 4th. Victor now is 5th, and Unforgiven is 6th. None of these have yet to stop for the hard tyre. Slowpoke has gone in, and Hodgie has recently pitted and put the hard tyre on, and he's got Inky, who pitted a few laps ago to put for the medium tyre. He's used the hard tyre now as Inky. He's running to the end of the race on those mediums, and he's made the move on Hodgie. It was always going to be tricky for Hodgie to keep these guys behind, and Love Rocket is the next in line. And this is the problem. When you go onto the harder tyre, you are left vulnerable against those that have pitted. Niggle, it's his teammate, and Niggle in the promotional battle, so I don't know if Hodgie will race Niggle too hard, and he's already alongside the Love Rocket. He's not giving up the position to Love Rocket just yet. And now everyone else is in, so that must be the pit window. Hodgie's still trying to make life difficult, and Niggle is up ahead of Love Rocket, and he's not quite his teammate yet. Yeah, he is, sorry. Great manoeuvre there from Hodgie. He's managed to keep the Love Rocket behind and let his teammate Niggle through. So great stuff there. So Brisbane in and out. He's on the hards, still in the lead. James Stephen in and out onto the hards in 2nd place. The Cashman is onto the hards in 3rd. This is a fantastic race. I haven't noticed the Cashman so much in this race, but at this point he is doing a superb job. Paul in and out and onto the hards. Sitting in 4th. Inky on the mediums, not too far behind, in 5th place. Then we've got Victor as well. Oh, he's onto the hard tyre. Unforgiven is onto the hard tyre, and Niggle in the medium tyres is right in their wake. Oh, he's picked up a half a second penalty, and Unforgiven and Victor will be having a huge sigh of relief. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the promotion battle. Right here, they found each other on the track. Victor ahead of Unforgiven, with Niggle just behind, as they are in the championship table. This could be kismet. And Niggle picking up a penalty, but Niggle on those medium tyres. And Vodkarov in the chat saying, action-packed race. Isn't it just? It's an absolute crazy one. They're going out with a bang, because I can't imagine there's going to be much content in next round. It's a time trial track, not a race track. So Slowpoke in 11th, Biggie in 12th, Stealth in 13th. Brisbane leads, looking for win number 11 of the season. James Stephen in a podium position, laying down what he's about for next season. The Cashman in 3rd. These guys are all on the hard tyre. They are vulnerable from this man, Inky. He has got to smash some absolute legendary lap times to see if he can catch up the guys ahead. Paul as well. Oh no, Paul's on the hard tyre. He's staying with Inky, so maybe those mediums are not capable of producing too much more than the hard tyre can. Unforgiven on the hards. Oh no, Victor's dropped back and he's picked up a penalty. Shocking. So Unforgiven then, Niggle, who had a penalty, he must have paid it. And Victor must have had a small issue and he's dropping off the back of that battle. But Niggle coming across, Unforgiven. This is all about where they're going to race next season, ladies and gentlemen. This is about pride. It's about ego. It's about the size of your penis. Niggle and Unforgiven are duking it out for a spot, possibly in the League of Champions, the creme la creme. And Unforgiven has caved under the pressure, ladies and gentlemen. Or maybe not caved, maybe the hard tyres are an absolute tricky bugger to drive upon, and Unforgiven is doing all he can to stay in the fight. Victor already, we've seen, has slipped back into his teammates' path. Hodgie is also on those hard tyres and and Slowpoke on the hard tyres. Biggie is on the medium tyres, but he's quite a distance away from the rest of the pack, as is Stealth. Brisbane leads a 1:12.0. He's managing on the hard tyres. James Stephen, 12.5s. He is managing on those hard tyres. The Cashman, 12.5s also on the hard tyre. Inky, 11.9 that last time around, but he can do low 11s, and this is what he needs to be doing. As he closes in on the Cashman there, we have seen, oh, Cashman's gone wide. The Cashman's gone wide and Inky is up and into third spot. But there is some distance between himself and James Stephen. Only 4 laps remaining. Can Inky ruin James Stephen's day? And here we see Paul on those hard tyres. And Niggle on the move. You've seen him past Victor. We didn't see him go past Victor, but he has passed Victor. And Paul trying to protect his 5th place there. But against those medium tyres seems futile. Resistance, Paul, is futile as Niggle moves up and into 5th place. Next, he says, and that will be the Cashman. If you play your cards right. Unforgiven. Oh, Paul's had a huge one. Paul has had an absolute big one. Oh, my word. A bit of a tank slapper there from the BMW, catching him out. And it seemed to come from nothing, and it's not what Paul needs at this point in the race on those hard tyres. It's hard to make a comeback when you've got no grip. But he's ahead of Biggie, and he's dropped behind Slowpoke, who's also on the hard tyres though, so Paul could go fourth. Oh no, again Paul is BMW trying to kill him. It is not driving well, that BMW. Slowpoke's picked up a penalty in 10th. Hodgie in 9th in that relegation battle, and these are points that he could do with, especially with Biggie and Stealth having an absolute torrid race out there. Hodgie might be finding himself in a safe position come the last round. The Love Rocket in 8th place behind his teammate Victor, who is chasing down Unforgiven. Them two might be duking out the last position in the promotion battle if Niggle keeps on banging them in. The Cashman is behind Inky, and Inky is setting chase for James Stephen. James Stephen did a 12.7 last time out on those hard tyres. Inky doing 11.6 a second a lap faster, and he can see, well, actually in his position he can only just see. He looks a lot closer from the exterior camera. But James Stephen is definitely being caught, and he cannot make a mistake, but has to be swift at the same time, because Inky is hunting him down. The Cashman, he's got his own worries from the Marlborough driver Niggle, who is on a mission. Unforgiven in 6th place with Victor on his case. And the Love Rocket is in 8th. Hodgie, 9th, doing an absolute stand-up job on those hard tyres as Slowpoke tries to defend from Paul. No, Paul had more problems, didn't he? We thought Paul was going to go 4th and attack Slowpoke, but no, his BMW had other thoughts about that situation. Biggie in 12th place ahead of Stealth, and Stealth might find himself in a tricky position in that championship table come the end of this round. Brisbane leads. We're on lap 21 of 22. My word, did that not go by quickly? It's been an absolute stonking 2 races, ladies and gentlemen. Next round, we're at Green Hell. I think the grid is going to be championship order. I don't know how many laps these Group 3 cars are going to be doing, but it's an endurance race as Brisbane starts his final lap. James Stephen in 2nd place. Inky cannot do it. Inky has shown amazing pace. A 12.6 again from James Stephen and a 12.6 from Inky there. And I think the battle is done. And the positions are set in the top 3. The Cashman seems to be safe from Unforgiven. No, Niggle. Niggle has dropped behind Unforgiven. And another twist and turn in that championship battle. Love Rocket coming in very late there. And I am sure Victor would appreciate if the Love Rocket could just nerf Unforgiven to the side of the track to stop him from scoring all these beautiful points in 5th place. What a comeback. Love Rocket then in 6th, chasing down Unforgiven, who's on the hard tyres, and Love Rocket could take points away and help his teammate out. Niggle somehow dropping, a 1:23.3 last time out. So not a good final lap for Niggle. And there we go, Brisbane, race number 11, win 11, as James Stephen brings it around for a glorious 2nd spot, and well driven to that man there. Hard fought 2nd spot. Inky getting a double podium, is it? Surely. And that's a 3rd, no, because I think Niggle got it last time. And there we go, the Cashman, 4th. Great drive from the Cashman there. Just ahead of his teammate, Unforgiven, in 5th, with Love Rocket in 6th. Niggle coming home in 7th. Hodgie in 8th. Slowpoke in 9th spot. Ahead of Victor in 10th. That's painful. Paul in 11th. Biggie ain't messing in 12th. Stealth to not worry about a 2nd penalty over rounds. Next week it is Green Hell, the Nordenschleuf. So do not miss it. Sorry, I pulled away. Do not miss a single second. And these videos usually get posted up on the Ultimate Racing League's Facebook. So as long as you're on following that page, then you should not miss any of the replays from any of the leagues. They all get posted up there. I don't know what league I'll be covering for the next championship, but I've got to say to all of you that raced in League 1, it has been an absolute pleasure covering your races. You guys have dealt out some amazing fights and content. I bless you all. Thank you very much. And all of you that watch and put up with me, thank you again. It's been an absolute blast. So I don't think there's anything more to say except for do not miss out next week for the grand finale. We still do not know. So, well, thank you. And Turu, peace and love, peace and love. Word to your mother.